Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give us a call if you guys are looking to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, buy a car, trade in a car. If you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking to purchase a rental property, we can help you. Give us a call today, 877-205-7771. Talk to you guys soon, and thanks again.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. I hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about how to be a successful landlord, okay? I've actually been a landlord along with my wife since we were 25 years old. And I'm 29 now. I'll be 30 and actually in a couple weeks here, so it's coming pretty quick. And but either way, I say that to say we've been doing this for quite some time, and we love it. I know a lot of people they say, well, it'd be great to have some rental income, but I just don't want to be a landlord. And I just want to kind of clear some things up that you have to get away from negative people that have never done things before. They're thinking of the worst that can happen, the worst case scenario, and they're really just thinking off of theory, what they heard, but they've never actually been a landlord. And if they were, and it sucked, they probably were just doing too many things by themselves. It wasn't leveraging certain things. So I'm gonna let you guys know just a couple tips for some things that I learned while being a landlord from my perspective, okay? So let's just go straight into it. Number one, you gotta make sure that you find some great tenants, right? At the end of the day, everyone's always looking for great tenants, but what's a great tenant to you? You may be looking for someone who doesn't smoke, someone who doesn't have pets, someone who doesn't have kids, which, by the way, that is discriminatory. So you can't discriminate against people that have kids, by the way. But I say that to say, what are you looking for in a tenant that you won't get in legal trouble for? Some people don't like people's jobs, and by the way, legally you can decline a person for not having an adequate income, or if you feel that the income is not enough to actually live in your building. But how I've always done it, I just kind of just sat down and say, okay, this is what the type of tenant I'm looking for. Kind of talk to my wife about what she's looking for in a tenant, and that's what we've always decided. We wanted someone who wasn't going to tear the place up, right? And someone who had income. Our biggest thing was income. I think a lot of times landlords get too caught up on credit scores. Let's be honest, most landlords don't even know how to read a credit report, let alone try to understand someone's credit score. Just because someone has good credit does not mean anything. A person can have like a crap credit, right? And they get a trade line and they look good on paper, but they're still the same person. You would know that because you're so based on the credit score, right? You have to get things that credit can be changed, but things that are harder to change are income. I'm not saying that people can't give you fake check stubs, but you can easily call their job and talk to human resources and things of that sort. You can easily ask for a tax return as well too. So just like a bank would do the same exact thing when they're giving you a mortgage, you can ask for those same documents. So again, me personally, we've always kind of went after people that don't have the best credit. Okay, and the reason being is because we think for the future. People that don't necessarily have the best credit, they're probably not going to be buying a home anytime soon, and not in a negative way. You want someone that you're going to be comfortable with, and then over time you start understanding how they live, know how they come out, know when they play music, when they entertain, when they're not home, when they are home. You kind of get a feel, you get used to that person, especially if you're living in the same building. In Chicago, there are plenty of multi-units because there's so many people, and a lot of times people's first building or first home, it is owner occupant. So that means that they live with that person. So if this is someone you're going to be living with, well, in the same building with, you kind of get used to them. So I say that to say that really at the end of the day, you want someone that's going to be there for quite some time that you've gotten used to. That doesn't mean that people that people that have good credit won't stick around any longer, but the chances of them moving is not depending so more so on their credit, because they know that they can move. It's just a matter of them finding out that they can, okay? Being financially ready to do so. And a person that doesn't have the best credit, a lot of times they have bills, they just came out of bankruptcy. Another thing too, you're helping people out because they went through so much trying to get an apartment. But again, everyone doesn't necessarily think like, my wife and I. And again, it was a different perspective on how we looked at certain things. So that's number one. Number two, make sure that your rent is not too high. Okay, let's be honest, too damn high, right? So you got to make sure that your rent is actually, the same within the areas, and click on other, you can actually do it on Zillow for free, and just kind of see what amenities, do you have to offer. In Chicago, it gets cold, so a lot of times people, they give free rent. We not giving no free rent. I'm sorry, free heat. We're not giving no free heat at all, because a lot of times, me and my wife and I, we were renting at one point, and we lived in a place where there was free heat, and it was not controlled by us, controlled by the landlord. Long story short, it got so hot in there, and we really couldn't adjust the temperature. We had to leave the windows open, and so now you got this free heat, but you don't want to burn up in there, so they got the windows cracked and everything during the winter time. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, again, you want to make sure that you're priced right. There's a lot of sites that are out there. My friend, he normally uses Rent-O-Meter, but now they start charging you if you want to know what the rents are in the area. And I'm sure there's other software and stuff like that, but I just look at Zillow or whatever and just see what's out there. So that's going to be another thing. So, and then number 3, make sure that you have an easy to understand lease. Okay, depending on what state you're in, which by the way, you have to make sure that you abide by state laws, regulations, things of that sort, because they have rent limits, they have late fee limits, they have all different types of things that you have to abide by. But make sure that your lease is is realistic, is understandable, making sure you're not making someone feel like a kid, like, oh, well, you can't do this at this time, you can't do this at this time. Don't get me wrong. Again, if you're renting to adults, they're going to be able to understand that. But if you like to have a younger crowd, under 30, under 25, you already know there's going to be parties, loud music, maybe some smoking of different types of things, who knows. So, but there's little things like that you just got to be aware of. So, and again, you can't discriminate towards it, but usually when you have the rent at a certain level, you won't get a certain type of buyer, a certain type of renter, and just little things like that to kind of play a role. Now, if you want me to go deeper into this, I have a rental property masterclass where I actually give you a copy of my actual tenant application, the actual lease agreement, which you can always, customize based on where you live, what state you're in, and things of that sort. But I've gotten so much feedback. People absolutely love the lease agreement that we put together, and then you just copy paste it, and then make sure you got your little stuff in there from your city, your state, and and just make sure all that stuff is plugged in, and you're honestly good to go. So you got that. I go into how to find a tenant, how to set your rental, your rent amount, your rent price. Also, 3 to 4 places to post your place for free, and how we got over 90 people interested in our rental posting for free. We didn't have to advertise. We didn't have to pay an agent or anything like that at all. This is well before I even had my license. So it had nothing to do with me having a license at all. But how we got 90 applications within 2 to 3 days, it is absolutely amazing. Of course, it's a great area, but I'll show you guys how to do that in my rental property masterclass. Actually, I'll throw the link down below. So you guys, if you're interested, you're more than welcome to go ahead and purchase that. I'm not trying to sell you guys something, but some people say, well, man, let's talk more about this. Well, the rental property masterclass, it's an hour and a half, dives deep into owning your own building and things of that sort. So, because there's a lot to kind of go into it. Hopefully that was helpful. I know a lot of people have a negative connotation about being a landlord and things of that sort, and there's a couple other things I didn't touch on, like not spending all of your rental income. That's one thing, because things will break down. Number 2, having a maintenance person, a phone call away, a handyman, a phone call away, a plumber, an electrician, a phone call away. I don't fix nothing, okay? Just call the handyman. He'll fix it. He'll send me the bill, because I don't have time, okay? And that's how you got to look at it. How can I leverage this? That's the whole point. How can you leverage this for you and your family? And I want you to think about something. If you have a duplex or a 2-unit building, right, and that building is making you, let's say, $2,000 a month. If you have 5 buildings within a 20-year period, right, that means you're buying a building every 4 years. That's 5 buildings, each paying $2,000 a month. That's $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year gross income. That has nothing to do with your pension, your 401k, somebody dying, your Social Security that ain't gonna be nothing. This is a real strategy, and you can do it, and we will show you guys how. So if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe, as you know the greatest content is on the way. Thank you so much. Have a great day.